All right. Good morning. Welcome to another pre-market session with the market trader. My name's Coach Ray. We're just going to wait here for a couple of minutes for folks to join us. Hey, Reading Tiger. Good morning. How are you? Um, yeah, so we'll just, I do have the risk disclosure up so you guys can review that as we await for others to join us. Hey, Sergey. Morning. Morning, Frizu. Morning, Ricky. Morning. Well, just we're going to get started here in a minute, guys. Again, just a reminder to folks. Looks like you're doing a good job of this, the likes. Encourage you to hit the subscribe and the like button. You know, when it comes to these sessions, subscribe obviously to notify you of future events, and obviously the like, is kind of the lifeblood of a content provider such as myself. Hey, free. Yeah, I did. I didn't want to call you out with your name there, Frizu, but hopefully that resonated. Hopefully that offered you some insights on what you could be doing when you feel like things are not quite right and moving your direction. Sometimes stepping away from the charts for 15, 30 minutes or whatever to kind of reset the mind a little bit and come back to the markets with a fresh outlook definitely pays dividends. Okay. Good morning, Larry. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Again, uh, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button and the likes buttons and things of that nature. Comment. If I did a particularly good job in this review, that is also helpful. That also gives me feedback as well. I try to do my best and try to streamline this as much as I can to to get through all the various markets in a timely fashion so that you can come to the New York session as prepared as possible. Okay. All right. So again, risk disclosure is up. Risk disclosure is really just intended to let you know that I'm not here. The market trader, myself, Ray, the market trader, is not here in any sort of investment advisory capacity. The information that I'm providing is purely general. Okay. I'm not here to provide investment advice and offer to solicit to buy, sell any instrument here. Okay. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor. And an investor could potentially lose all or more of their initial investment in capital. Only risk capital that we can afford or lose without affecting our lifestyle should be used for trading. And only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading in general. Okay. Nothing contained again herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or Forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, let's take a peek at what the news has in store for us today. All right. So again, we have the financial juice. As you guys know, I did switch over from investing.com just because of the still advertising, but lack of the pop-ups that were appearing on a consistent basis here. So the biggest news, I guess, for now has been already reported. Okay. So we have jobless claims have already been reported. Durable goods has already been reported. GDP has been reported. U.S. core durable goods has all been reported. And for the most part, other than GDP, everything else, and durable goods, everything else came in positive. Okay. I'm assuming that potentially will have a positive impact on the markets. Again, we don't trade the news; we trade what the charts tell us. But the fact that the news came positive, I'm assuming that will translate into positive effect on the markets. Okay, but there's no guarantee. Market participants react to the news. Maybe they were expecting a specific number, and that causes them to sell off the market even further. All right. So what's in store for us? Well, really nothing. No, I say nothing. We do have the 7-year yield and the G20 meetings, but that's not going to affect us. We obviously have the 10 o'clock meeting that we have European option expiration. So that's obviously in the cards as well. But the nice thing about this is that most of the news is out and available. Okay. At least the news that everybody, I guess, certainly the jobless claims is a big one to be out and already digested by the market. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and start reviewing our markets here, guys. So we're going to go ahead and open up our markets. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the gold market. Okay, again, we always start with, going to turn off ADR here for a second and ASR for a second here. And we're just going to look at the daily view again, just to get a feel for what the general direction of the market is. Okay, and again, looking at this, we have to think that the market is, looking to head lower. Okay, I don't know why I have this on this side, but in any case, it looks like the market is looking to head lower here. Okay. So, in greater context, we start to see that if price starts to break some major levels, start closing below these levels, that should accelerate potentially a move to that in that direction. Looks like we got a gap open. I don't know if we're in the midst of any sort of rollover here, but the fact that we had a gap open to the downside is relatively significant because it indicates that we have some downward pressure in the market. Okay, 4-hour chart. Good morning, Sapadia. 4-hour chart again. Structure again continues to show us that the path of least resistance for gold is down. Okay, that's the path of least resistance. Every attempt that bulls have made to take the market back to the upside has been met with sellers. Okay, we've had over the last couple of days we've had some serious pressure to the downside. We've broken some structure here to the left. And it looks like we're looking to break some more structure here to the left-hand side. Okay, where can this stop? Well, we can take a look at this level here at say 2340. That might be the level that we're currently at could offer some support. But the next logical level for me is down here at 2335, 2340. That seems to be a logical location, logical area for a potential series or to find some buyers. Okay. So again, the markets are auctions. The auctions are trying to get as many buyers and sellers to transact. Well, if they run out of buyers, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to drive the market lower, right? That's what auctioneers do. Okay. So if we can't find any buyers here to kind of bring the market, either in balance or rally here a bit, then they're going to continue to drive the market lower. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. We're just going to expand this here a bit wider. Okay. Get a full context. And then I'll go ahead and add my numbers since I've already was working on them prior to this. So let's pull those up. Give me a second here, guys, and get those numbers up, and I'll post these there on the right-hand side. Got those numbers already taken care of. Okay. So we're going to pull up the gold. Here it is. Nice and wide here for your viewing pleasure. All right. So here are our numbers, okay, that we're tracking here. Okay. So let's take a look and see what the fixed range following profile tells us. So we're going to go locate the we're already Wednesday, so we're going to locate the 530 bar or 830 bar Eastern. Okay, drag that across to the 430 bar. There we are. Okay, so price again is below value. Okay, sentiment remains to the downside. Okay, in this market now we are obviously getting a bit I guess, shorten the tooth, I guess, for lack of a better term here, a little bit extended to one side. Okay, so we have to be wary that we could get a little bit of a rally, say, back to VWAP. Let's bring up VWAP. I don't know, get some cleanup, I guess. Clean up of some. Okay, so there's our VWAP. Let's go ahead and remove the bands. The bands. Okay, so here we are in a downward cycle here. Okay, so I'm kind of inclined, given this pivot here that we had from Wednesday, that this is an area that I'd like to have an anchored VWAP. All right, just because it seems to be a major pivot. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Okay, and then I may just get something maybe a little bit closer to the market here. So I may also draw, and this is something I guess I picked up from Senor Frizu, maybe doing something like, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Do another anchor VWAP at the open of the session here. Okay, so we kind of track maybe a little bit closer to the market here. All right. So we have our levels. We're going to go ahead and open up initial balance, which is not here again. It's just amazing. Okay. All right. So we have our initial balance range here. So I'll be looking to see what this initial balance range provides. But what I guess what calls out to me is, any move that we make up to, say, anchor VWAP, okay, would be a nice location for a short. We are already at a level that we could potentially participate in something like this. I'm just obviously a little wary of the fact that we are already kind of on the low side. We seem to be creating a little bit of how you say, one triple, maybe quadruple bottom here. We did take a push here, met some buyers. Now we're have a little bit of indecision. If we do make it above, say, the daily VWAP and break above 23.77, then maybe we can get up to 23.88. Okay, as a kind of a natural extension here, or a rally. Okay, but market for me still remains, the structure still remains to the short side. Okay, so any rally that is made, I have to is going to be a bit muted for me. Okay, so I don't know if that's going to be enough for me to kind of change my view. I mean, certainly I could be bullish, say, from this location up to VWAP, average anchored VWAP. But I have to, my expectations for continuation to the upside have to be muted to some degree. Now we have settlement price up here. Is that right? Settlement price is, yeah, that is right. 24.15. Just kind of checking some of these numbers, guys. So settlement price is 24.15.3. Looks like I might have looked at EMA. Okay, 24.15.7. Sorry, the settlement price from yesterday. So let's make sure I got that covered in the. So let's see, this and this, and then this is 415.7. Okay, is settlement. All right. Just let's just kind of double confirm, make sure we have these numbers correct. So this is settlement. Okay. Yeah, just updating the spreadsheet so that you guys have those accurate numbers there on the Top Step TV here, or Top Step, I should say. Okay, let's spot check some of these numbers here. So we'll go ahead and open up ADR to start. Okay, ADR is up here. So we have 24.15.9 is average daily range. Let's see. Average daily range high is 24.16.5. That seems correct. We have average daily range low here at 2380. Okay, that's within tolerances. And then we're going to go ahead and open up ASR here. 2385 is average session range high and average session range low, 2357. So those, the culprits that are generally off are in line. Okay. So again, guys, the market appears to me is as a market that we need to look for opportunities to the short side. Okay. Again, I'm not really a big fan of paying retail pricing. Okay. Here, but if I do get a break, of this initial balance to the downside, then 2363.3 could serve as a relatively good location to participate in the short if I get some reactions away from it. Okay. If I get a close inside initial balance, well, we all understand that, right? That's a IB rotation move, maybe, and then 2377 might serve as a location here. I do see that there's a little bit of a supply zone being established here. Okay. You can see here that we did get a push out away, and now we're reacting away from it. So that area up here, 2377, is not only initial balance range, but I'm also seeing initial balance high. We did get some reaction. So 2377, again, from a supply demand perspective, seems like a logical location. And just above that, we have the ASR range, ASR high. Okay. So, yeah. So I think, again, I think the market looked rather bearish to me on the gold, that we should be looking for opportunities to the short side. We have our reference levels. We have our levels. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting for those levels to come true, and we get price action to confirm our view. Okay. All right. Just taking a look at the chat to see if there's any questions. I don't see it. I think it looks like everybody is understanding my view and the locations that we should be looking for opportunity. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. All right. Just go left to right here. Kind of, we'll go ahead and turn off some of these indicators for a minute. Just really trying to get a feel for, what the market is trying to tell us here. Okay. So we'll turn this off as well, and we'll remove all these drawings. Okay. All right. So first things first, we want to, take a look at the markets from a higher time perspective. But much like we were seeing in the gold, the same seems to be evident in the crude oil. Okay, seems like we are in a bearish kind of tone in the crude oil market. Okay, so you can see here that we've had some lower lows and lower highs, and we continue to proceed to that drum. Okay, we just broke some support levels down here. Okay, the potential support that's been broken as of this bar, and maybe even as of this bar. This is still developing, but if it does indeed close below, then again, I believe 74.60, 75, certainly maybe as low as 73s, mid 73s, 73s are in our future in crude oil. And I think most of you hopefully take that as a positive in the sense that chances are we might pay a little bit less at the gas station. All right. Let's take a little bit of a drink of water here, so my throat's kind of drying up here. All right. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. For our chart, same kind of view here, guys. So we have a staircase of lower lows and lower highs. So again, similar view, nothing really evident here that indicates to me that maybe the bulls are starting to make a little bit of a stronghold. They're making an appearance. The question is, can they sustain it for any extended period of time that would allow us to benefit? Right now, again, I have to think that we are, continuing lower. And if not lower now, we should be looking for opportunities along those lines. Okay. 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We'll go ahead and again, we'll open up this as much as I can here before I plot my numbers here. So we'll plot these over here to the right hand side here. Okay. Okay, so we'll Here are our numbers. Again, we'll spot check these, especially the average session range. All right, so we'll go ahead and open up average daily range. Looks like we've already exceeded that to the bottom. So this number here, 7670, average daily range low. It'll go ahead and open up. Let's see, where is it? This here, I think. Yes. Okay, there's our average session range lows. Okay, so we have 7642 as our average session range low. We have our 7774 as our average session range high. Okay, so everything seems to be in order there. I'm going to go ahead and open up settlement price. Settlement price is coming in at 77.59, which is also in line with, did a good job of copy pasting here. Okay. Last thing really of order of business for me is to do the fixed range volume profile. So I'm going to locate the 9 o'clock bar, okay, and then drag that across to the 4:30 bar, okay, and that again similar. This almost seems like a replica of what we were seeing in the gold market, right? Very strong, push to the downside. Now we are seeing some evidence here that maybe the bulls are making a stand here at let's say 76. Okay, we do have a double bottom. I was going to say kind of a double bottom. It is a double bottom, but we have yet to break and close above the daily VWAP here. Okay, so I'm gonna, just like I did for gold, I'm gonna take the high here and draw a little anchor VWAP. I'm going to take the open of the session, which is still 8 minutes away. So I will draw another anchor VWAP at that bar as well. Okay. It's consolidating around weekly low here. That makes sense. Okay. I just based on the action that we're seeing here. Okay. We see a double bottom. So yes, this could be the beginnings of at least a move, maybe back up to VWAP, maybe if we're fortunate, up to settlement. So from a risk reward perspective, along from these locations, assuming we can get a close above this, bit of structure here, then yeah, that could be the recipe for maybe a long back up to some of these highs. Okay. Back up to anchor VWAP, and even if we're fortunate enough, maybe back up to settlement price. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the, I guess, on the bullish side. Of course, what if we do get up to settlement price or get up to anchor VWAP, we have to be open to the possibility of a reversal in price. Okay, if we do manage to get up there. All right, I'm just going to bring up my arrow. Okay, so yeah, this would be a good location. This would be a good location. This would be a good location for short. So anchor VWAP currently at 77.15. Settlement price, which we have already at 77.59, and then 77.74 is would be another location that would support, would be a good reference level to support a short, and it would be aligned with the structure. Left to right, we're moving down. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that I should be calling out here. We've already talked about maybe a potential bullish opportunity given some of these weekly levels. 7650. 7650 seems to be an interesting level. Again, we have this area right here, 7642. We have this average. So there's a lot of confluence here in this area to support potential reversal in price. Okay. So we'll see. We'll have to see how this candle closes. And then again, if we do manage to close above VWAP, that could provide us an opportunity to the upside. But you can see here, we need to be guarded, right? Because we did have a break above VWAP only to be met by sellers. Okay, so they have to be wary of that possibility as well. Okay, oil prices move lower as weak Chinese demand offsets a drop. Okay, so we got weaker demand. Weaker demand means lower prices. Okay, all right. I think that's pretty much what I have to say for crude oil. Unless there's any questions, we're going to move on to equities. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just go left to right here. We got gold, crude oil, and now the NASDAQ. Okay. So we'll go ahead and open this up. We'll go ahead and turn off some of these indicators for now. I don't like to be cluttered with, I guess, have my view be, adjusted in any sort of way by what these bars are telling me. Okay. So I'll keep VWAP. VWAP is kind of a, and then we have EMA here. Okay. So we had a very steady drop. Okay. I would say in the market. Right. You can see here, that's a pretty, significant drop. I don't know. Someone was telling me yesterday that there was a 2% drop in the equities. I don't yesterday, and that's the first time that's happened since 2022. Okay, so that is significant. We are breaking levels, as we speak here, right? We've broken some structure here to the downside. Okay, we broke some other additional structure with yesterday's bar. Is 847 in our path. I would say it is. I would say that we hit. I suspect that we may get a bit of a reversal here. Higher. Okay, we may see one of these numbers, right? Similar to what we saw here, right? We may see a little bit of a rally. Okay, and that rally is going to be met with some selling. So I don't know if you guys attended my last session here, but one of the things I had talked about was these retracements, right? So, drawing little retracement levels seems to be in order now, that we seem to be in a kind of a concerted move to the downside, right? Because these retracement levels offer us locations to participate in the market. Okay. Notice here, right at the 38.2% retracement of this swing. Okay. Well, if I did the same analysis on this chart, okay, if I take this high and then I take this as the low, well, where would be a good location to look for a reversal? Well, this 19,000 453 453 seems like a very nice location, and it is symmetrical to what we're seeing here, guys. Okay. I don't know. I mean, the markets are very symmetrical. You see how this retracement here caused this move. We see this retracement here cause this move. Okay. Very, very similar. Okay. Very symmetrical. Right. So it's not unreasonable for us to expect that 19,452 seems like a logical location for us to rally to. Okay. And then from there continue to our move down to say 18,800. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing on the daily chart. For our chart, we're going to go ahead and remove these things because it's probably going to clutter actually, we'll keep them on, see how they look. So for our chart, again, more visibility as to these levels. Going to move this over here. All right. So again, 457, 19,457 could be a logical location. It could happen as early as 19,324. Okay. Either of these two levels would indicate that it's a very strong bearish opportunity. These are relatively aggressive. In a normal market, we go up to 50%, maybe as high as 61.8. So any of these levels could offer, and we have other ways of arriving at that same information. But nonetheless, we all understand that we are in what appears to be a sustained move to the downside. Okay. All right. 30-minute chart. We're gonna go ahead and remove these Fibonacci's here because they're cluttering my view here. So we're gonna remove the drawings. Okay. We're gonna stretch this out. We're gonna pull up our here and make it nice and wide, and then I'm gonna capture my levels here. Okay. So here we are. Here are our levels that I've captured for this market. So we'll go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile here. So we'll locate this candle here. We'll drag that across to the 430 candle. Here we are. So we're on the very low end of value. Now, this could potentially provide us maybe a value area acceptance. Okay, we did get this candle to close inside value, so this is quite possible that we can get a rally back up to the highs here. Okay, rally back up to value area high. If we start to break some structure, we already have anchor VWAP. Okay, that's opened up. Sorry, daily VWAP has already been breached by price to the upside. Okay, we do have some interference here that we need to clear before that. I guess path to the upside would carry some weight. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up ADR here. Okay, so we have ADR. We've bounced, I guess, a little bit of a double bottom here. What EMA do I have on the chart? This is the VWAP, J Kane. This here is VWAP. Above is I have, this is the 233. This is the 233 EMA. I'm not sure about this purple one. 169. Okay, 169 are my EMAs, but all of those are, the market is well below both of them. Okay, so I don't think either of those are at risk anytime soon. Okay, all right. Let's see what else. ASR. I'm just going to double check the numbers here. Okay, so ASR, we have on the upside, we have 322 ASR. Yeah, 322.75. So we'll adjust that here. 322.75. Okay. And then on the bottom side, we have 19,048. Okay, well, still close enough here. I'll modify it here to be 48 here. Oops. 48. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what to make of this market? Well, we've already talked about one opportunity here. Yellow line earlier. This is the yellow line. Okay. So this yellow line is 233. It's the 233-day EMA. Okay. I don't believe I have anything else other than that. This is the main one. This is, I guess, something I've maybe experimenting with or I picked up. Okay. All right. So again, there's a possibility of a value area acceptance play here. We could get a full rotation of value, assuming that we can maintain price inside value. If you talk to Mr. Dalton, he will tell you that there's a possibility that there's a chance that we rotate through value. Once we come from below back inside to value, we have a, I don't know, 70 to 80% chance of price rotating through value. Okay. So that is a possibility in the NASDAQ today. All right. On the more bearish side, again, I'm going to take some of these highs from yesterday, and that's going to serve as my anchor VWAP. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my anchor VWAP. I'm going to locate the high up here. All right. And again, that's going to be an area that I'm going to be paying attention to for a possible, to possible fade any rally that we get here. Okay. So this level up here, 19,520 is going to be a logical area. 19,322.75, another area here. Okay. Looks like we've already gotten a little bit of a reaction here from this level here at, say, 19,000, let's say 19,300. All these levels could offer us opportunities to manage our risk for a continuation move to the downside. Okay. All right. I think that is what I have for the NASDAQ. Again, the NASDAQ appears to be bear. Certainly remains in bearish structure. But given that we've reached some of these lows, especially the fact that we've reached this ADR low, and we seems to be developing a little bit of structure, we could rally here a bit. Okay, I'm seeing we have this very nice bullish candle here. All right, this could be the impetus for maybe a possible move to the upside. We still need to clear 225, I would say, in order for that to really come to fruition. As long as we stay below 225, the sellers could step in at any time. Okay. So I'm going to be anxious to see what initial balance provides. I'm going to be anxious to see what kind of extension I get in initial balance. Settlement is right here, 203. Okay. It's been marked here, right? So let's remove some of these things here. Which one is it reacting off right now? Okay, too many lines for me. Okay. So yeah, settlement is right here. All the numbers that we care about are captured here. Okay, Frizu, you good? All right. We got point of control. Point of control at this level here is pretty close to what I have captured here. Okay, if not the actual number. Okay. All right. So those are some scenarios that I see. Given this candle, I see that we might open the market with a little bit of a rally, but I would say that we should meet any significant rally. We should look for levels to potentially fade it because we are I would say still in bearish structure here. Okay. So any strength should be met with selling. Okay. So we just need to locate some levels where we can manage our risk. ADR high, anchor VWAP. These all seem like logical locations. Again, once the market opens here in the next 23 minutes, I'll add another anchor VWAP. That anchor VWAP more than likely is going to look like it's going to appear to be bullish. And if I'm in a bullish trade, well, I can use anchor VWAP to support a bullish trade up to some level, say value area high, or in this case, ADR high. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I have for the NASDAQ. Unless there's any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the ES here. Okay. So I don't see any questions. So I'll move on to the ES, just kind of working our way through these markets here. So we have the ES here on the left. We're going to go ahead and turn off some of these indicators here. So we'll turn off ADR. We'll keep the EMA. Turn this off here. Okay. Again, starting off with a high level daily chart. Okay. Again, what is the market trying to do? Well, the market is trying to head lower. Where can the market go? Well, this is something, again, experimenting with some other tools here, BJ key levels. I think some of you may already use this, but I see here that there's on the daily, it established a level here at 53.75 for a potential area of support. Okay. So, and then we have our EMAs are well below here on the daily. Okay. So market is indeed kind of working its way lower. Again, if we're looking for reversal in price, 54.40 maybe might be an area where we could get a bounce. This level I mentioned earlier, 53.75, seems like another logical area for a potential reversal in price. All right, but the path on the higher time frame is bearish. Okay, 4-hour chart. Okay, just looking at these markets, going to go. So we have some other levels that this indicator is kind of bringing up here. So we have 54.35 could offer us an area of support. Okay, this is something. This is a tool called BJ key levels. All right, this is something that you might want to look at and incorporate in your trading. Something I'm still experimenting with. So, but I will leave them up so you can see how well it's supportive. Okay, so here's our yellow line on the 4-hour. We see that we've exceeded below this EMA 233, which again is kind of like an indication for me on sentiment: bullish above, bearish below. So we're bearish. Okay, we're below price is below EMA 233 day. Then we are still on the bearish side of the fence here. Okay, 30-minute chart. All right, so we have our settlement already listed here. So we'll go ahead and stretch this out really nice, and we'll go ahead and start to add our levels here. Okay, nice here on the right, so we understand what our levels are here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to draw in our fixed range volume profile. Okay. So we go back here and locate the bar, and then we're going to drag that across. And here we are. Okay. So again, similar to what we were saying in NASDAQ, we are getting price closing. We did exceed, value here, and now we've kind of rallied back a bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up some of our, let's see, we want to get an ADR here up here at some point. Let's see, we have ADR here. So there's our ADR level. Looks like we responded off the bottom of ADR. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up ASR. ASR. Okay. So here we are. So these are our levels. Okay. Session based. So again, this double confirm these. Okay. S&P index after sharp slide seeking to stabilize. Okay. We got 54, 89, 50, average session range high, 54, 44, 25, average session range low. So let's modify that. Average session range low, 54, 25. Okay. So those are kind of our, I guess, boundaries, right? We want to be buyers, I guess, against these levels, sellers up against these levels. All right. Again, similar to what I had mentioned in the NASDAQ, looks like we might be experiencing maybe a potential, value area rotation. I'm a little concerned about this area right here and its ability to get through that area for that rotation to really have a lot of legs. Okay. This area right here might be too much for the market to be able to push through. Okay. So this area, again, this ASR high level at 54, 89, 50 seems quite appetizing to me for maybe a potential reversal in price. Okay. We're about 17 minutes away from the market opening here. So we'll have to wait for what initial balance provides us. But again, higher time frame says lower. So we need to figure out ways that we can participate in the higher time frame view. You're welcome, Frizu. Okay. So let's take a peek at the Dow, and then we'll since we have a little bit extra time, Dow is something that I've started to kind of incorporate in my analysis here. So I'm going to go ahead and add the Dow here, 2024. All right. So here's the Dow. Again, we'll go ahead and turn off some of these levels here. And yeah, let's see, where is this coming from? I think this is it. Okay. All right. So similar kind of thing, guys. We're going to start with the daily. All right. So daily chart, and we're going to look at this, and we can see that we are rapidly approaching an area that could be supportive here at 39,907. Okay. Market similar to what we're seeing in the other equities. Okay. We are starting to develop some structure to the downside. I would say that this is probably a little less bearish, given that it hasn't really broken any structure to the downside. We can easily move down to this level here and not break any significant structure to the upside here. Okay. So this 39,572 is going to be an important level for me in the Dow. Okay. So we did break a level here. So this level at what was support becomes resistant. So this 40,494 seems like a logical level for us to potentially fade. Okay. For our chart. Again, we're starting to see our series of candles that are heading lower. We have a lot of support here, flying here. Okay. So we have these levels. We have this level here. We have this level here that was once support, now was once resistant, now becomes support. And then similarly down here. So one of the things that these BJ key level does is identify when there's a flip in polarity, meaning that if we go from if we break resistance, it becomes this blue area, which becomes support. If it then becomes was supportive, it becomes and breaks, then that becomes resistant. Okay, so we're quite close to this EMA here that I track. We're above it for now, so this might actually 39,973 might be a nice area to, for potential area for reversal. We see that here on the left hand side as well on the Dow. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll open up the 30-minute chart here. We're going to go ahead and turn off. It's just getting a little busy here with this BGA key levels here, so we'll turn that off here. Okay, we'll go ahead. I don't have these numbers right off handy, so we'll have to manually kind of create this as we go. Okay, so I'm going to use the Dow as kind of a reference for the numbers that we want to track here. So let's go ahead and see if we can locate them. All right, so let's move back to the 4-hour chart so that we can capture the 4-hour supply and demand zones. So I can see here, whatever this level is, this is the high. So 40,787. Okay, 40,787 seems like a logical 4-hour supply here, right? Because we came up to it and failed. All right. Demand zone. Well, that's going to be more difficult, right? Because we've been kind of in a downward trend. Are we seeing any sort of reaction here? Minimal. Okay. So where's the next logical location? Well, like I said, we are kind of in it. Okay. So I'm going to say 40,024. Okay, is an area. Okay, but if that area breaks to the downside, okay, 40,024. If that breaks to the down, this is a 4-hour demand. Okay, 4-hour demand. Okay, this area right here, 40,024. Okay, I see some wicks here. I still see some wicks here, so it's still technically in play. All right. If we do get below this, then I'm looking down at this level here as an area of demand, 39,545. Very little in the way of that move if we do break below. Okay, something to keep in mind. All right. So let's continue our review here. So let's go ahead and open up ADR levels here. So we have 40,433, 40,433 as one of our 433 as our average daily range high. For average daily range low is 39,984, 39,984. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and open up ASR here, and go ahead and move down to the 30-minute chart. Okay, so when I do my, I always do that. When I do that, I always lose this. Okay, so let's go ahead and move down to the 30 now. Okay, hopefully I find this. Yes, okay, there it is. We'll continue our review here. Okay. Okay, let's see, nice and wide. All right, so we have 40,301 as our average session range high. So I'm going to modify that, 40,041. Oh, sorry, 301. Okay, and then our average session range low is 39,000. I don't have that here. Interesting. This. Okay. Let's go ahead and add it here. Okay, so we have 39,945 as our average session range low. Okay. All right. Let's see. For our demands captured, so value area. Okay, let's go ahead and draw our fixed range volume profile. So we're going to locate the 930 bar here, drag that across to the 430 bar. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we were in value, and it looks like it's being rejected. Okay, so we came into value and it's been rejected. All right, so this swing here is giving us an opportunity to the downside. So we have value area low. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line to help me kind of arrive at what this number is. So I'm going to highlight this area here, drag that across. 40,157 is our value area low. Okay, 40,157 is our value area low. Value area high, I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing. I'm going to locate the horizontal line and adjust a little bit. Okay, right about there. 40,328 is our value area high. 40,328. Oops. Oh, 40,328. Okay. All right. What other numbers do we need? We have point of control here is a little bit lower. 40,260 point of control. 40,260. And then settlement price is 40,110. 40,110. 40,110 is our settlement. And we have 2 4-hour demands. We're going to get rid of this one. We don't need that. And I think that's the numbers or the areas or the numbers that we're looking at here in the Dow. Okay. So again, looks like value is being rejected. We did get a close inside, but it looks like it's being rejected, and it wants to head lower. Okay. So again, if we did that little retracement technique that I was telling you guys about, it did only retrace maybe back up to what is this? Back up to 61.8% level before it was met with some sellers. Where can this go? Well, this can go by if we did an extension, right? So if we did this extension from here to here, well, this is where it can extend to, right down to our ADR level, okay? This extension. So if this price remains the way it is, bearish, then we could get an extension down to this 39,988 is kind of the target here, ADR low, okay? 988, looks like 988. $988. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what we're looking at on the Dow levels. Okay. Looks like we might be in play now currently. Market is still not open. We have about 6 minutes remaining here. So we're going to close off the session with some secondary markets. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the platinum. Okay, so that's the correlated market for gold. Okay, so we're going to take a look at platinum. Okay, same deal. Oops, what's going on there? I don't know how I got this here. Okay, all right. Stretch this out a little bit. All right, we're going to quickly take a look at the daily. Daily, again, similar to what we're seeing in gold, is looking to head lower. Okay. Right. We have, a series of lower prices here. We've broken some structure here to the downside, and now we're in the midst of breaking some structure to the downside, which could create a bit of momentum, all right, to further downside in this market. Let's move to the 4-hour. for our chart. Okay, for our chart, we'll turn off some of these things for now. Okay, the clutter. Again, series of lower lows, lower highs in this market. Where could it stop? Looking to the left, not finding anything. Okay, have to go back pretty far, um, back to April to find some levels here that could be supportive. When in doubt as to where this market can go, you can always go to a higher time frame and see if you can locate some consolidation levels. Well, I see a consolidation level here back down at the 924. Okay, price is at 940 right now. So 924 seems like a logical area for price to potentially be supportive, or at least be a good target for a bearish trade. Okay. All right. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay. We're going to go ahead and expand this up a little bit. We're going to bring this over across here. We're not going to capture all the numbers that we normally capture for these other markets. We're just going to just capture a handful of things here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click on the fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the 830 bar here. Okay, there it is. Drag that across to the 430 bar. Okay, so we are well below value. Bears are very much in control of this market. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. We have our initial balance range. We are below the daily VWAP. I would be inclined here in this market to go ahead and place an anchored VWAP on the top highs back from yesterday. Okay, so that serves as an area. And then I'm also going to add an anchored VWAP here at the open of the market. Okay, so this bar right here, okay, is going to serve as my anchor VWAP. Okay, so we'll see if price maintains to the bear side, then we want to anchor VWAP to kind of tell us that. Okay, daily VWAP is telling us that. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up ADR here. So ADR we have already exceeded to the downside. Okay. ASR, we're not quite there yet. Okay. 934.5 is kind of the last kind of stand, I guess, for the bulls to kind of maybe rally here a bit. We got 958.8. So let's start capturing some of these. So we got ADR high here is let's see, ADR high has already been exceeded, but we'll capture it anyway. 971.5 is on the high end. Okay, I don't think we're going to see that today. 971.5. ASR, our ADR low, is down here at 947. 947.5. Okay, we got ADR low here at, or not, yeah, well, that's 947.5. That's that should be ASR high. Sorry, guys. This is 958, 958.8. Okay. So ADR high and ASR high. Okay. ADR low and ASR low. This is what we're going to capture next. Okay. So this 947.8, 947.8 that's been exceeded is ADR low. And then we have 934.5, which is ASR low. Okay. Settlement price is 969. So settlement is 969.5. Okay, 969.5. Okay, and then we obviously have our value area high numbers here. Okay, I'm just going to call out the numbers. Okay, we have 970.4 as a value area high, and then value area low 965. Okay, so if you do manage to get up to that level, that would be a logical location for a continuation move to the downside. Okay, if we do get inside value, which I highly doubt today, then we could potentially get up to value area high at 972.7. Okay, so much like gold, platinum is very much bearish. Okay, we certainly can take some trades that would take us up to say anchor VWAP or daily VWAP or something along those lines, maybe as high as ASR high. but we should be looking for opportunities to take short trades in this market. Okay, platinum. All right. All right, so let's finish up the session with a review of RBOB, which is our correlated market for crude oil. Okay, that's gasoline futures. So it looks like we're rallying here a bit off. We created a little bit of a double bottom, and we're rallying as we speak. Okay, so we are going to take a look at the. Let's turn these levels off here for a second, and then we'll take a look at the daily. Okay. We always want to get the higher time frame context. We don't want to be sucked in with an understanding of the lower time frame and have it be, completely misaligned and not have the right expectations for this move. So we are in bearish structure. Okay, we are getting a bit of a rally, as you can tell by the wick, and as you can tell by the 30-minute chart that we saw earlier. We're rallying away from this demand zone, but we still are very much in a bearish, kind of structure, on the higher time frame. All right, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart also giving us an equal view here. We do have a bullish engulfing candle that's developing here that we can't really ignore. Okay, if this manages to close, which will close here in the next 30 minutes. Maybe that gives us, but I mean, you could see here, we've had bullish, strong bullish closes before, and the follow through on that has been a bit muted, right? We had a nice bullish engulfing candle. Well, what that create? Nothing, right? Another one, really a small rally and then back down again. Same is true here. So maybe this generates a little bit of a rally, enough to score a couple of trades if we're looking bullish, but structure still to the downside. A lot of pressure to the downside in this market. All right, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. We'll go ahead and open up our volume profile here. So we're going to go ahead and locate the tool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's see, locate Wednesday. And this is the RBOB. So we're going to start at 9 o'clock. And that's going to carry us through to end of session. So you can see here that we are below value. All right, below value, indicating that we do have some bullish pressure in this market, or bearish pressure, I should say. Bears are very much in control of the market. Now we do have, like I mentioned, we're a little bit late to this, but we did have a very nice, would have been a nice, I would say, a nice opportunity had we been, watching, to participate on this break here. Okay, to the upside. Notice we had a very large wick. Not whoever was kind of watching this market was not playing very nice. Okay, but we did get a break above, and that would be kind of an indication that we would be heading higher. But there was a significant wick that came back down and potentially swept the books of all the bulls, swept the stops of a lot of bulls before it had headed higher here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up our ADR and let's start capturing some numbers, talk through some hypos, and call it a session. How about that? Okay. So we got ADR high. Looks like we don't have a lot of RBOB traders. So we'll have to reevaluate whether I want to continue supplying RBOB. Okay. So on the ADR high side, we got ADR high coming in at 243, 243, 243. I think it was 04. Double check. Yeah, 03, I guess. Okay. This ASR is $241.50, $2.41.50. Okay. And then we got ADR low. ADR low is coming in at where is this? ADR low coming in at 238.25, 238.25. ASR low is coming in at 237.62. Okay, we got settlement we have turned off here. We're going to add this on here in a second. You got settlement coming in at, let's say 241.29, 241.29. Okay. 29. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and extend these lines, but I'll leave the, let's see, we'll just, oh no. All right. So we got 241.94 as value area high. And then we have 24031 as value area low. Okay. So we won't type those in. We'll just call those numbers out. So as far as hypos go, well, we need to look for areas to support a continuation trade to the downside. Well, what is one such area? Anchor VWAP could offer us, oops, that's not what I wanted. Anchor VWAP right here. Okay, so that could offer us a location, right? This is right around value area low. This could be a logical location for a reversal trade. We are seeing, I guess, a little bit of resistance here at the previous high. Okay, it's kind of looks like it wants to establish a little bit of a supply zone here. If it's unable to close above this, then we are, and it would be aligned with the direction. We are potentially looking for a move from that level, okay, further down, okay? If we cannot get above that, we could get up to anchor VWAP and then reverse from there. If we do manage to close back inside or get above anchor VWAP and get inside value, then we could see a full rotation of value. Okay, that's also a possibility if we're more bullish. But for me to be bullish, I need a price to break some structure and get into some areas where I would be more inclined. I would need kind of a little bit of a change in character for me to participate in any sort of longs. All right. I think that is it for me. We're going to go ahead, closed a little bit over. I was hoping that we'd be done here at 9:30 Eastern, but we're 8 minutes past. So we'll go ahead and close the session, and entertain any questions if there are any. If there's not, then we'll just wish you to trade the market well, safely, and trade like a pro and be a market trader. All right, guys. So I'll be available in the coaches room as normal. Also, we do have group coaching later this afternoon. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me on my end. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. You're welcome, Sapadia. Thank you for staying to the end. All right, guys, have a good day.